Okay, peace everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's been a long time since I posted a video and on this particular channel here. Haven't forgotten about you guys. I've just been busy working on other projects. But I'm here today to talk to you about some things. I'm going to ask that you work with me. My background is like crazy. And this is my backyard. Yes. Um, my old man, he works out the yard. Yes. But it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm the most beautiful thing out here. So I'm gonna lighten up all this grim looking of a background that I have. But anyway, I'm here to talk about mainly. I'm here. This video is for my sisters. Is from for anyone that could learn from it, or anyone that could gain something from it. Please keep in mind that this is my perspective of the truth, okay? Of logic, my perspective of logic, of reasoning, okay? And I just want to share it with you. We're going to talk about, like I said, this message is for the sisters, and what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about men, and we're going to talk about relationships, and we're going to talk about the establishment of relationships, what is deemed healthy and what is deemed not healthy, okay? The first thing that we need to learn as sisters is that everyone doesn't love the same way, okay? When it comes down to men, it's not that men are not shit. You understand? Is that we have to understand that they do not love the way that we do. Okay? We are all water. We are all emotional. This is how we connect. Um, and I'm speaking we. When I say we, I mean we as women. This is how we connect. We always connect on an emotional level. Whereas men, they are born warriors. It is inbred in them. They are, they love with fire. And if you do not understand how fire works, it's going to be very difficult to connect with a man as a woman. You understand? Because you're going to be connecting with him on a emotional level, whereas he will be connecting with you on a very fiery level, which means that it's all about power with him. It's all about control and dominance. It's all about manipulation. You understand? Um, Gaining. How he uses his power now can determine on his that can determine his success, his rate of success, based on how he utilizes his power. Okay. Um, Now, we as women, because we're so emotional, we get wrapped up in our emotions, what we want this to be, what we expect this to be, what we assume that this is going to be like. What we're doing when we do that is we are creating illusions. We are creating illusions that have no foundation. They have no stability, which means that it can be shaken. Okay? It can be shaken and it will fall apart. All it needs is someone to challenge it. That's where the men step in at. Okay? Um, the thing is that we have to understand that we are the nurturers. We represent water. We as women, we represent emotions. Um, and that is our power. Okay? And when we abdicate our power or our emotions over to someone else who has no understanding of how to use this power, what we're doing is we're wasting energy. And that is the reason why we cannot manifest whatever it is that we're attempting to manifest. Okay? We as women need to understand, come to understand how to utilize our power. We need to become responsible, which means that we need to gain control over our emotions and stop giving them away in hopes that the person who is receiving this energy will take it and use it in our benefit. They will reciprocate. A person cannot reciprocate that which they do not have. It's completely impossible. It is illogical. It goes against science, metaphysics, all of that. It is just not possible. You understand? So the first thing that we need to do is we need to stop expecting, stop hoping, stop thinking that, well, don't stop hoping, because that is a good power, but we need to stop expecting. We need to stop expecting for someone to reciprocate the energy, the same amount of energy in the same way that we give it to them, because it's not going to happen. All right. We as sisters need to understand that man is our competitor, just like we are their competitor. And the whole purpose is for us to unite and to come together and learn how to work together, although we are opposites. You understand? We have to, we have to learn how to harmonize with one another. You understand? We have to learn how to create a balance. And that's where the problem lies. Okay? Because we as women, we are too caught up in our emotions. We're too caught up in our feelings. And then when we get caught up in our feelings, we have trickster spirits that come into our life. And what they do is they challenge us. They challenge us. They say, okay, if this is true, let's prove it. You should be able to prove it. And no matter how many times that we prove it to ourselves, we still continue to repeat the same behavior because we have failed to learn our lessons from the experiences that we've had. Okay? So if you're in a situation and you're saying to yourself, or you've said to yourself that my man treats me like shit, it's because you allow it. I'm going to keep it real. Listen, I've been there. I've done that. Trust me, I've been there. And that's the reason why I can say this. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? A person will only treat you how you allow them to treat you. If you don't want your man treating you like shit, then you need to stop behaving like shit. Your power is internal, okay? So if you take a man's power and you try to use it against him, you're going to lose because you do not understand how to use that power. It is not dominant in you the way that it is dominant in a male. Your power is water, which if you come to understand, you will gain advantage over your opponent because he has no knowledge of how to use water the way that you do. He doesn't know how to use it in the capacity that you do. Okay? You will always be able to go deeper. All right? Our power is also internal, as with every other organ on our bodies, with the exception of our breasts, are internal. Our power comes from within. Which means that we need to understand that there's nothing wrong with reacting. The problem is when you react and you don't get the reaction that you're looking for from your opponent. You understand? The reaction that you want to get is going to silence your opponent. And he's going to learn from that reaction, how to deal with you on that level in the future. Trust me. Okay? Once you become aware of your power, you learn how to use it consciously. You know, a lot of women who are older, who are like my age, I'll say from late 30s on up, are should be using this energy naturally, but I do work with a lot of women who are within this age range, and they have yet to develop this skill. Okay, and this is the reason why I'm doing this video. It's an informative tool. If it's something that you already know, that's great. If it's something that can add to your learning without replacing it, that's wonderful. You understand? I'm not trying to to take away anything that you already know and substitute with it with the knowledge that I'm providing you here on this video. This is for people who are unaware. Okay. This is for the women who are being challenged in their relationships. If you are being challenged, you understand? That challenge exists to make you stronger. This is how your man shows you that he loves you. Okay? Now, people think that love happens on light levels only, where it's arousing your emotions and make you want to kiss and hug and feel romantic. I'm not romantic. There's nothing Roman about me whatsoever. Okay? So that romance does not rule over my life. And I advise we as women to wake up and realize that romance does not rule over your life either. And when you try to use something that is not yours without full knowledge of it, you're not going to use it effectively. More than likely, you're going to end up using it against you. So I don't fuck with romance or nothing dealing with Roman. Okay? Sorry, it doesn't work for me. I love with logic. Okay? I do what makes sense. And that's what works for me. I've been there where I have allowed men to manipulate me and control me to a degree. But I have learned a lot in the process because I didn't like the pain that came along with it. You understand? So I learned, I became aware of my power through my studies as well, and how to utilize it to bring me peace and to bring me happiness and to manifest my goals, whether it be in a material form or a physical form. You understand? The first thing that I realized that I needed to do was to subdue my emotions. I don't want to say hide my emotions. I don't like to say that because it sounds oppressive, because I'm not oppressing my emotions and I'm not repressing them. But I do transform them. Okay, so if at any time I'm hit with a certain feeling and it's other than pleasure or peace, I transform it into pleasure and peace. I make it work in my will. I'll make it work in my favor. But, and that's what we as women, we all need to do, and we all need to try to elevate to that level. We need to come out of our feelings. You understand? We need to learn how to transform our feelings. There's all type of magic out there that you can utilize now that can help you overcome depression, that can help you come out of your feelings, that can help you get over a lover. You know what I'm saying? To help you come out of a situation where you're mourning, where you're feeling sorrow. There's all types of magic out there. You just have to tap into it. You know what I'm saying? You're not really a witch if you're feeling pain, emotional pain, if you're suffering from emotional pain or anything like that. You understand? You're not really a witch, because witches know how to take their energy and transform it, turn it into a benefit, take a negative and turn it into a positive. You understand? That's what you have to do. Be creative. When you're feeling a certain type of energy, spirit is moving you to be creative. You understand? Get out your feelings. Create a situation that's going to help you get out of your feelings. If you don't have utensils or tools to work with, fine. Go into a meditation and utilize your natural ability of visualization. and program it into your subconscious. See yourself enjoying yourself, enjoying your environment at the time. You understand? See yourself getting pleasure out of the situation that was working against you. You understand? And allow it to manifest. Allow it to manifest. You don't necessarily need tools. Oh my God, there's so many different types of magic out there today. I mean, it's unbelievable. That's why, as a magician, as a sorceress, as a sorcerer, a witch, a conjurer, a summoner, high priestess, they can't tell someone else that they're doing something wrong. How? How can you say that someone else is doing something wrong? You understand? What is your measure? And that measure should be the measure for the whole, not just for you, but for the whole. So, but that's another topic to discuss. But the main thing is that we as women, we need to come up out our feelings, stop giving our emotional power away. You understand? Stop getting lost in other people. The only reason why you're getting lost in other people is because within you're lost. You have a feeling. You're associating with a feeling of loss, a feeling of loneliness. You know what I'm saying? I know we're having strong urges in this time where we as women who are single, we want a man and we want a loving man. You know, we have to understand that although we may love one way, the person that we're loving may not love the same way. Everyone has a different... I'll be damned. Can y'all believe that shit? He stood right in front of me and did that. Just gonna embarrass the hell out of me. Get your old fat ass over here. That's my big old chicken. But anyway, yeah. We just gotta, you know, we gotta take back our power. And the only way that we can take back our power is by using power if we're already in a relationship. You understand? Using spiritual power. You know what I'm saying? That's what we'll have to use in order to get what we want. Now the thing about that is when you start to utilize spiritual power to get the things that you want, you got to remember spiritual power is associated with the spear number 3 on the Kabbalistic tree of life, which is Binah, understanding. Okay? Understanding that spear is also associated with sorrow and pain and the dead. So we have to understand that when we're utilizing spiritual power as a means to get the things that we want, that we won't be completely happy because we cannot use our emotions in the way that we want to use them. Because we've come to realize that the minute that we try to utilize our emotions in that way, that our opponent, who is our man, our lover, our husband, will challenge us. And the reason why he's challenging us is to keep us on our path. It's not a bad thing, so brothers, don't get upset. Don't start talking trash and wiggling your necks and shit like that, like a snake. Because it's not, I don't even know if you all understand what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But a man who really loves you is going to challenge you to be the best that you can be. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to sit up there and babysit your emotions and tell you all kind of lies and stuff like that. He's not going to do that. He's going to challenge your emotions because he wants to see you stronger. He doesn't want to see you needy. Oh, what time you coming home? Where you going to be here, baby? What you doing? I called you 5 times. You ain't answered the phone. Where you was at? What you was doing? Who you was with? Who's that in the background? No. I'm going to tell you straight up. Ain't no man out there like that shit. Don't no man out there like that shit. I'm going to tell you right now. That shit is fucking annoying. And that's when they'll start to manipulate the shit out of you. Think about it. Y'all know I'm not lying. That's the very moment that he'll start to manipulate the shit out of you. You'll start to have major fucking problems. And what he's doing when he's challenging you is he's trying to get you to detach from your emotions. He's trying to get you to a state where you will feel more secure about yourself. You understand? Because that's what he wants. He wants a woman who is strong, who is self-controlled, who is not easy, who is not promiscuous, who doesn't mind being by herself. You understand? Who's independent. A woman that he has to always question how she feels, what she's doing. He's constantly watching her because he don't know what she's thinking and he wants to know. You understand? You want to become a mystery to men. There is no need for we as women to chase men. There is no need for that. We have something that they want. Shouldn't they be chasing us? And they want a woman that will challenge them to be the best person that they can be. Not a woman who is going to submit to their authority, even though they say that. That's not what the fuck they want. Okay? Because that is a woman that they are going to manipulate the shit out of. They're going to rob her of all her fucking energy. You understand? They want a woman who is going to stand up for themselves. But you have to understand, not so dominant to the point where you are behaving in a way that is masculine. Because that could be very intimidating. But nowadays, because of the grade of men that we have to select from, it could be a simple change, a simple leveling up to the next stage would challenge a man. Because we as women are not the only ones that are sick, but our brothers are sick too. But if we make a change, the brothers will follow suit. That's what we got to come to understand. If we as women use our emotions to make a change, the brothers will follow suit. I'm not telling women to stop. If you got women, if there are sisters out there who love to fuck and suck, whatever, cool. I don't have no problem with that, but they need to start charging. They need to up their fucking prices. Because that's going to cause them to change then. You understand? The men who are buying it, that's going to cause them to make a change. They're either going to start acting right at home, you know what I'm saying? Or they just going to have to pay a little bit more for less pleasure. You understand? Stop, if you're mad, stop. Just because you're married or you're in a relationship don't mean that you have to open your legs for your man every time he wants it. Y'all think that's the way to keep him at home. No, that's the way you get him bored real easy. That's how you burn his ass to motherfucking sleep, okay? And that's what's going to make him go out there and want to find something else. Because that fire done burned out. So if you want to keep him, stop opening your legs every time he asks for it. I know a lot of brothers going to have something to say about that, but y'all know I'm not lying. And if y'all think I'm lying, just try it and see what happens. See what happens. You know what I'm saying? We have to start using our mind. It's not called playing games. It's human nature. It's human nature. And this is how we do things. We utilize our minds as a means to get what we want as women and men too. You know what I'm saying? But we have to understand as women that there is a unique way that we come about using our minds in order to get what we want out of our relationships without having to toss that man away. And if we can do that, then we can have stronger families. And you want your children to see you endure. You want to see your children, to see your depth of determination. You want them to see your hard work, because that is going to have a very strong influence on them. And when they grow, they are going to exemplify that same energy in their household, within their relationships. And they're going to build strong families. That's how we build kingdoms. And right now we are in the time where we're starting to build kingdoms. And we want it to be that when we leave this motherfucker and we come back, we living in a castle or something. We rich, because our children have built off of what we have laid down for them. That's what we want. So you got to stop. A lot of y'all think it's cool because you give up so easy. That's not cool. That's showing a sign of weakness. That's how the ancestors see it. The ancestors said that's weakness. You know what the fuck we went through with our men? We went through all of that, but we didn't up and leave because we had children. And if we stayed for the children. And we found a way to harmonize with our spouses. We found a way to harmonize with our spouses. And as a result of that, this is why you're here today. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. But anywho, I just want to touch on that a little bit. You know, a lot of you may not want to agree with it. Don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line is, we as women, we have to take responsibility. We need to grow up. We need to shut up. All that loud talking and shit like that is not doing anything. You're doing nothing but wasting energy. You're wasting power. And that is the reason why when it comes down to you trying to manifest something, you can't manifest anything, because you was out there fighting in the street, pulling women hair and shit like that. You was out there cussing and fighting with the man and shit like that. I mean, you have no energy to manifest. That was your manifestation. And if you see you didn't get anything out of it, ancestors step back and say, no, you say you can handle this, so I'm going to let you handle it. Go for it. Well, anyway, y'all, I don't want this video to get too long. It's already long enough. I just want to come in and I want to share some information with you guys. If any of you want to talk, you know how to reach me. You know how to reach me. Peace. Take care.